Well, hello there. Welcome back to another episode of Weapon Strip. I'm your host from the East Coast, Tazzy Cookie Major Lucky. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Weapon Strip. Holy shit, it's episode 20. Where do they go, eh? Well, anyways, this is a special episode. Courtesy of the little video overlay is LexScoop82. Leave him in the link description below. Go check him out. And if you haven't put 2 and 2 together already, the episode is going to be dedicated to the KH2002, courtesy of New World Shogun, for leaving a like and a comment. Last week's episode finally getting my attention, and I've been trying out this weapon. I'm going to give you guys some thoughts, my opinions, and how this weapon has handled throughout the week. But first and foremost, let's jump into the stats before we get into my opinions of the KH2002. So the stats for the KH2002 are as followed. The magazine capacity is 30 plus 1 round in the chamber. Fire rate is 800 rounds per minute. The fire type is burst fire and semi-auto. Keep that in mind. Reload time is 2.9 and then dropping down about 3.65 seconds if the magazine is completely dry. And the damage is 25% at 8 meters and then dropping down about 18.4% at 50 meters. Alright, now that we got some stats out of the way with, let's go check out how the weapon is handled throughout the week. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, my opinions on how it handled, and then rate it out of cookies. You know how the drill goes. But before I do that, make sure to go check out New World Shogun. I'll leave a link in the description below. He has a wicked challenge going on within the community. It's called Grow Your Channel Challenge. I'll also link the video in the description below, so go check that out. So first thing right off the bat that I noticed with the KH2002 is that the hip fire is absolutely amazing. You can put a laser sight on that bad boy and just hip fire and mow down a whole bunch of enemies. The second thing I noticed very quickly is that there is quite a long reload time, probably one of the longest reload times with the assault rifle class within the game. So you might want to conserve your ammunition, because if you don't, you're going to be caught with your hands down and trying to reload. It takes very, very long to reload and you might end up getting killed. So that's 2 key important facts that I want you guys to keep in mind while using the KH2002. So a few more things that I took away from the KH2002 weapon was that the recoil is somewhat there. So don't try to just go balls deep and hold down your trigger finger and keep double tapping that R1 or that right trigger or that left mouse button, because you're going to sway your weapon. It's going to go all over the place. Try to double tap and reduce the recoil by, really picking your targets and double tapping that R1 to kind of dummy down the recoil effect. Also, this weapon, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, is absolutely a monster when it comes to hip firing. When I was playing a rush objective on Operation Metro, I jumped down from the base there, and I actually got into the objective, and I just mowed down four enemies by hip firing. But also keep in mind that this ammunition takes forever to reload. Literally, I think it's the one or the second longest assault rifle to reload in the video game. So keep that in mind. You can't just go and take down a whole shitload of enemies. You have to keep the reloading in your mind frame, because if not, you're going to get caught with your pants down, and you're definitely going to get outgunned. So now for my favorite part of my series is where I rate this weapon out of cookies. I'm going to give the KH2002 a solid 3 cookies out of 5. Now the reason why I'm only giving it 3 cookies out of 5 is because it's lacking something. I don't know what it was lacking, but it just wasn't there. Maybe it has something to do with the reload time being almost as long as the FAMAS in the game, and also it felt like I could wipe my own ass before the KH2002 was actually reloaded. That might have something to do with it. But besides that, the weapon is very powerful. The hip accuracy is unbelievable. It's actually like out of this world. You guys should try it out. Put a laser sight on that bad boy. And also, I love the sound and the feel of the weapon. But on another side of things, it just took a long time to get comfortable with using that type of weapon with my game style, with being a rush and attack PTFO objective type player. And the reload time did kind of not weigh in my favor. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Weapon Strip, the episode 20. Holy shit. Anyways, I'm Tazzy Cookie, and I'm signing out.